Yam Boo.
Good afternoon. I would like to thank the students for inviting me, a representative of the All African People Revolutionary Party, to be able to come to speak on the Prince of Peace, Brother Malcolm X. Before we get into the lecture, there's certain things I need to know from you before we can decide what level of struggle that we can deal with concerning Brother Malcolm X. I have 3 books I want to raise. If someone read them, I would like for you to raise your hand, please. This is Afro-American Unity by Malcolm X. By Any Means Necessary by Malcolm X. Malcolm X Speak. There were certain things Malcolm believed in. We see a lot of students and Africans wearing a whole lot of different African and Malcolm t-shirts and buttons and different items that Malcolm on them or the X's on them. Should understand when they wear this different paraphernalia, what they really are wearing, what did Malcolm really stand for. Are the people that wear this, is they really in line with what Malcolm was in line with? That's what's important. It's better not to wear it if you're not in line with Malcolm than to wear it and not in line with Malcolm. At least we'll know where the people stand at. First of all, Malcolm raised the identity question. Malcolm said that we are Africans. You're nothing but an African. What else are you? So, how many here in the audience today understand that they are Africans? Would they raise their hand? Now we can skip the identity question. Like I said, I'm an organizer for the All African People's Revolutionary Party. Malcolm said, what is a revolution for? What is a revolution based on? Malcolm said, land. Now when we come to this question of land, we must look at the land question from a just means. As we say we are Africans, then that means we hold responsibility to only to Africa. Only to Africa. That we are Africans. And if we understand that Africa is not free and Africa is not liberated, then we as a people are not free nor liberated. This is Malcolm's position now, that we are Africans. And Malcolm said the African question on the continent is our question. And the question of Africans in this country is an African question. So here we must see this Pan-Africanist coming out of Malcolm X. Malcolm was a Pan-Africanist. Malcolm believed that all black people throughout the world, no matter where they were born at, are Africans. And when one becomes conscious of that they are Africans, then they understand they have a proper responsibility towards the liberation of Africans and Africa. What is the first stage of this process? Malcolm said, our people must become political mature. Political mature. How do one become political mature? By reading. Reading material printed and written and researched by African people. We understand that truth can come from anywhere. But no other race of people can write our history but us. So here, we must come to take our history and use it as a weapon. We must. But we really and truly want to understand Malcolm. And we really and truly want to push the things that Malcolm pushed. Malcolm, what else do you believe in? I believe in organization. Malcolm believed in organization. And once Malcolm joined organization, he never left organization till a bullet found him. Malcolm was about organizing our people. We said land is the basis of all independence. I know we've been told by a lot of people that, you know, you can struggle in America, you can be free in America, don't worry about Africa. Yeah, we've been told. But Malcolm said, no, we must return back to our homeland. We must return back to our people. Start building our own furniture and start begging Goldstein and Goldberg for them. That's what Malcolm said now. Malcolm said, a revolution is bloody. He said, don't get scared. This is what Malcolm said. He said, American Revolution. It wasn't based on land. It wasn't no non-violent revolution. He said it wasn't no turn the other cheek revolution. It was based on blood. He said the French Revolution, the landless against the landlord. What were they based on? Land. How did they get it? Bloodshed. Yes. And let's look at us as Africans inside this country. We've been in for every war of America. Gave up our blood for this country. Now, we don't have any blood to give up for our people in our country, Africa. We must. Malcolm said by any means necessary. We must study. We must study. We say history is the modern weapon of all revolutionaries throughout the world today. We must be politically educated. We must listen and struggle to understand new concepts. Right here on the college campus, I know y'all take history class courses. I know you take business courses. But I know maybe 5% of those who take business courses can give you a correct definition of capitalism. Mind me. A correct definition of capitalism. And they're in business, they're in economics, and don't know nothing about socialism. Now, because you want to come to know about Malcolm, you must understand Malcolm was a socialist. Malcolm was against capitalism in every stage. In every stage, he was against capitalism. He was against the American government. He was against the city and local governments. He was against the state government. He was against the Senate and legislation. Want to come to talk about Malcolm? Let's talk about Malcolm. When the rest of the Africans in this country were struggling over the question of civil rights, what was Malcolm struggling over? Human rights. And there's got to be a difference, and I agree with Malcolm. There's a difference between civil rights and human rights. And we know we don't have human rights nowhere in the world. It's on our people with power who have human rights. Nobody can come to give you human rights. It's something you have to take for yourself. How do you take it? By any means necessary. When Malcolm went to Africa and attended the conference of the Organization of African Unity, Malcolm explained to the heads of states that, listen, brother, it's 22 million Africans living in self-colonialist America. We need you to come raise the question inside the United Nations about the way we are being treated inside this imperialist country of America. And he said we need to push it on our human rights, because we're not being treated as human. They ain't rolled up in the U.S. Constitution as a human. But what were the rest of them talking about? Civil rights, civil rights, civil rights. No, we said Malcolm was correct then, and Malcolm is correct now. We said Malcolm was the Prince of Peace. And everybody, for years, tried to get you to hate Malcolm, be scared of Malcolm. Malcolm was a violent man. We said Malcolm had never spit, hit, slapped, kicked, cut, shot nobody in this country. Maybe he did some things before he went to be incarcerated in prison. But Malcolm said, don't laugh, Carl. I said, prison, we're still in prison. Malcolm got educated behind the bars. Malcolm transformed himself behind the bars. So when you see a brother or a sister walking the street, no matter what they are, don't talk about them. You don't know. They might be your next spokesperson. You never know. You never know. Malcolm came from the grassroots of our people. The grassroots, we know, we are the scum of under capitalism. Capitalism is against the people. Capitalism have only one principle: dog eat dog. Yes. Karl Marx, the capitalism, came into the world with his jaws dripping with blood. Yes. Y'all know if you ain't got no money in this society, you know you can't do anything. You can't go to school. You can't buy a book. You can't go off on the weekend. You can't do anything. And we know, as a people inside this country, we have no capital. They say, oh yeah, we got plenty collectively. Well, let's get organized and collected. Malcolm was in the organization. How you gonna say, I believe in Malcolm, I follow Malcolm, and ain't no organization whatsoever working for the people? We said the lack of one inactivity. Then you are against your people. If you're not doing anything for the liberation or for your people, you are against your people. There's no middle ground here. You're for the people or against the people. Yes, it's the truth. Yes. Either you believe in God or Allah or you don't. There's no middle ground now. So don't say, I believe in Malcolm, and somebody said, well, hey, sister, what organization you in? I'm in no organization. No, you're an enemy of the people. Unconsciously, you are an enemy of the people. If you are not with the people, you are against the people. This sister cannot be a little bit pregnant. Either she's pregnant or she's not pregnant. So if you want to be like Malcolm, join an organization working for the people, struggling for the people. Join some organization working for your people. These brothers and sisters here, y'all got to agree that they look beautiful in their t-shirts. They look in unity. You can tell when these Africans walk around your campus that they belong to something. It even make you feel good. It even make you want to get in it, but some got you a little scared. Oh no, they might be a little radical. No, these your students. Y'all are the intelligentsias of the African masses. Like it or not, y'all are the intelligentsias. African people died, gave up their blood for you to sit in these seats. So now, you can't pay those who came before you, but you certainly can pay those who come after you. So you need to be in some organization struggling for your people. You must. We must come to read more about Malcolm, you understand? You know, we said, you know, one can say they're a Christian and never read the Bible. There's no problem there, you understand? We understand one can be walking down the road, you understand, and be saved overnight. But you can't get Malcolm that way, you understand? You have to read Malcolm. Don't listen to what nobody else say about Malcolm. You understand? That's just like the Minister Farrakhan. Don't listen to what nobody else said about the Minister Farrakhan. You listen to what the minister's saying. You understand? You listen to what the minister's saying. Truth is what it is, not what one wanted to be.
That's right.
It's scientific in evidence. We want to deal with this question a little bit on Pan-Africanism. Our party, the All African People's Revolutionary Party, defined Pan-Africanism as the total liberation and unification of Africa under scientific socialism. The total liberation and unification of Africa under scientific socialism. We say, not only do we want Africa liberated, but we want it unified. Africa is not unified. We want to erase all the false borderlines out of Africa and make it one continent. We want to take all the resources, the natural, the mineral, and the human resources, and let them be used for the benefit of all Africans. It's our land, our resources, it's our people. It must be used for all of us, whether we are on the continent or off the continent. We have a responsibility to Africa, and Africa has a responsibility to us. We are Africans. And y'all hear America talking about we're going to bomb Libya, we're going to bomb Gaddafi. You know, you finna go bomb Africa. You better get your hands off my mama. Because we know, personally, we're not going to let nobody sit around and rape our mama. We just sit there and look at them, you not say anything. You know, we become an enemy of our mama. You understand? If somebody's raping your mama, you sit there with your hands behind your back and say, I don't have anything to do with it. Sure, you're against your mama. And we as an African people being raped every day throughout this world, and we sit not content doing nothing. And we are Africans, we must be concerned about Africa and African people. We must. There's students going to school in this campus right here every day, born in Africa. I met a sister a while ago. She was going to class. She saw me in my attire. She said, remind me of home. You know? So I know the students here born on the continent of Africa. What kind of relationship do y'all have with these students born on the continent, born in the Caribbean, born in the Caribbean? What kind of connection do we have? The brothers and sisters said this is just a start. What they are doing here today at Albany State. It's just a start. We must connect and hook up and link up and move forward. Right now, we need a positive student to go to Jackson, Mississippi to participate at African Liberation Day. If one of these students in this organization want to come and talk about what the students at Albany State are doing, what they're trying to do, and what they need, and implement their programs and activities, we're ready to go. We're ready to go. Because we need to become organized. We need to become concerned. We can't help wait till something pop up and then we get all excited. No. And then after it cool down, the media get off of it. We cool down, we sit down, we wait on the media. We're not robots. We're intelligent individuals. We're intelligent individuals. We should be raising hell all the time. Some people ask me, how do you feel about the rise? How do you feel about the rise? I said, listen, there was a sister on the television. Said she has 6 children. This is the only time she's been able to put shoes on all her children's feet. How can I be against it? No. They say, yeah, but your own neighborhoods. No, we don't own it. We don't own it. We don't own it. We think we own it, but we don't own it. But you know, I'm glad the Rodney King's rise happened. Especially for African students inside of the U.S. Especially. So in Africa, you know, we fighting all the time. In Africa, all over Africa, we fighting all the time, you understand? So there's nothing new there. But here, see, y'all thought everything was accomplished in the 60s with the civil rights movement. And what did Malcolm say? Ain't nothing but a bill, and another bill, and another bill. And when they get ready to tear it up, they tear it up, because ain't nothing but a bill. That's what Malcolm said. That's what Malcolm said. He said ain't nothing but a bill. So they tear it up. Anytime they get ready to tear it up, they'll tear it up. And ain't nothing you can do about it. That's a fact. But y'all students, y'all think everything was solved. You know? You just another American. You understand? But no. We say there's 3 types of zones. We said there's liberated zones, like Libya, like Zimbabwe, like Angola, Mozambique, you understand, Guinea-Bissau. You know, and then we also understand that there are highly contested zones where the people are awakening and finna overthrow the enemy, you understand? And then you have zone where you call enemy control zone, like Tanzania, like America. Because we live in an enemy control zone. All in our community, anytime you look around you, and you got no problem finding no lawman, you understand? You can go ride around in the big European neighborhood here in Albany all day and won't see them. So when you want to cool out, don't want to be bothered with the men, you understand? That's where you ride at. Because we live in an enemy-controlled zone, heavily. And they're changing and coming up with more laws every day in Georgia legislature. And but you know, I know y'all don't watch that much of that PBS, you know? So y'all don't watch too much news, so y'all don't know what laws they be changing when they be changing right up there, you understand? In Atlanta, Georgia. You know, they be changing them every day. And we be going to prison every day. Every day. They said, where all the young brothers at? They in prison. They in prison. We in prison. America trying to wipe us out, brothers. And y'all sisters know it. And let me give you a prime example, sisters, what I'm talking about, you understand? Now, you are raised here with a sister about your boyfriend. You are raised here with another sister about your husband. But America, imperious as it are, will get your man and take him way across the water somewhere and have him fighting somebody else, and you will open your mouth. Why is that? We said in Africa, in traditional Africa, where we had great African queens, great African daughters, like Queen Nzinga or Queen Kanda, you understand? These daughters here led armies. Armies. And we said anywhere in Africa that we had queens, when the Europeans came to penetrate Africa, the African kings, these brothers on the throne, always compromised their position. But the sisters never compromised one time. Not none time did they compromise. When Alexander the Great came down in Ethiopia and rose up on Queen Kanda, he saw this mighty warrior sister and turned his butt around. He did. Her sister didn't compromise. Queen Nzinga fought for 40 years in Angola against the Portuguese. She's in your library. Go get this book by Eric Williams, Chancellor Williams, The Destruction of Black Civilization. It's in your library. These books here, they're in your library. If they ain't, tell them to order. This will be an African institution. No? If we want to stir you up in any manner, then we want to stir you up by you going to your African hearing room in your library and start reading, becoming more conscious. And not just reading and keep it in your mind, but talking to your other colleagues about it. You understand? We must. Because like I said, y'all thought everything was done during the 60s. But the Rodney King's verdict showed you a whole new picture, a whole new America flashed before your eyes. You said, damn, they might ain't getting a job at McDonald's now. America is a rough country. It's a rough country. We've been struggling suffering ever since we got here. We know that. Malcolm X's father was a member of the UNIA, the Universal Negro Improvement Association, headed by the Honorable Messiah Marcus Garvey. So his father was in the organization. His father was even killed by the Klan. Well, there's no difference from the Klan and the police, you understand. One come at night, one come in the daytime. Now they all got on suits, you don't know who they are. But we know they're here. Because we know we'll still dischant and disorganized. So if you want to be like Malcolm, the first thing you must do is join some organization, working and struggling for the masses of your people. That's most important. Number two, if you don't join this organization and you won't come and join our organization, then we said, go join the Nation of Islam. Join the New African People Organization. Join the Urban League. Join the Black United Front. But join some organization working for your people. You understand? And those of you who are in churches, you understand? And y'all feel that the church is not doing what it need to be doing at the level and where we at, then y'all need to start being more repetitious inside of that as youth, because y'all are the intelligentsias of our people. Yeah. In every field, y'all are the nation's intelligentsias in every field. You understand? So, you know, we want to follow some people that are going to have some intellect, some conscious understanding. So, you know, we invite y'all to go to the library and read. These organizations say they have a study group where they read and they study and they discuss. And mind you, these students, when they start having problems on this campus, y'all better back them up. Don't say you follow Malcolm, you understand? Because Malcolm was for justice. Malcolm was for truth. Yes. Oh yeah, you know, when you go against the administration and the administration go with the other people, you understand, then the ones who progressive doing something for their people, you know, they're going to have problems. We know that. I've been in struggle for years. I know that. You understand? But that's why they call it struggle. Frederick Douglass says, where there is no struggle, there is no progress. You understand? So we need conscious struggle. Since we got to struggle, let's struggle consciously. Let's get some knowledge of ourselves. Let's get some understanding of ourselves. Because some of the things that we're talking about today, we've been talking about ever since the beginning of the struggle of Pan-Africanism with Dr. W.B. Du Bois in the 1900s. And many of us don't know Dr. Du Bois was a Pan-Africanist. He was in the Niagara movement. He helped start the NAACP. He helped start the newspaper The Crisis. He taught in Atlanta. They tell you everything except Du Bois was a Pan-Africanist. They'll tell you everything except Du Bois left America with the gun to live with Dr. Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah, burnt up his passport and said, I'll never come back to America. Du Bois did this, but they'll never tell y'all he did this. But you can go read it in the library for yourself. He did it. He did it. I remember when Kwame Ture came to this campus, Stoker Carmichael, when Kwame went to Africa and he met Mrs. Du Bois there, and everybody was burning their passes at the time, especially down in South Africa and Zambia, and he was going to burn his. And he used to be sure Du Bois told him, no, Kwame, don't burn your passport. That was one of the biggest mistakes me and WB made, because we couldn't come back to the U.S. and do no work among the people. You understand? We must understand more about Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism started in 1900s. Du Bois is known as the father of Pan-Africanism. Du Bois died 90-some years old writing an Africa encyclopedia. Work still need to be done. By who? The intelligentsia. Who is that? The students. So if you want to be like Malcolm, read, study. Read, study. Malcolm said, I don't have no degrees or I ain't got no big titles or nothing like that, you understand? But Malcolm read. Malcolm read. And that's what's important. Knowledge. And knowledge can come from anywhere. Anywhere. Don't be subjected that knowledge can only come from this person or that person or that person. It's not true. Knowledge can come from anywhere. We've got to have a method of critically analyzing our history. Our party says we must have an ideology. What is an ideology? Something that guides, leads, maintains, and directs one towards one final goal or objective. We say our ideology is Nkrumahism to Racism. Because Kwame Nkrumah and Sekou Touré was two Africans disciplined enough to study our history, to secretize it, and to put it into one relationship as a people. Understand? We must have ideology. When we think of things, we must think of things from an African perspective. We must analyze things, the negative and the positive, from an African perspective. You know, we must. Because when you do it from somebody else's perspective, you understand, then you become illusionized. Because you can't. We have to do it from our perspective as a people. We have to analyze our own history. Nobody else can do it. So when we read something, we have to analyze, how does it affect us? What happened after this stage? I'm going to end my speech, but we say again, all y'all want to know more about the All African People Revolutionary Party, we have some literature in the back for you. We also have study groups inside of our organization. We've been coming to Albany already for the last 10 years, off and on, doing programs on the campus. But as we say again, if you won't join our organization, then join some organization struggling for the masses of your people. If you really want to be like Malcolm. Because Malcolm was the Prince of Peace. Thank you.
Yep, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ngozi, you know me, Positive Vibrations, and I'm interviewing Yaw Yam Positive Vibrations, and I'm interviewing Yaw Yam Boo, very good friend of mine from Fort Valley, Georgia. He's a local organizer for the All African People Revolutionary Party. Welcome to Albany, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
So how's it going?
Everything been going wonderful today here at Malcolm X Day in Albany State College.
Okay.
Really been a wonderful day.
Yeah, I see. So, talk to us a little bit about Malcolm X, brother Yaw.
Well, Malcolm was one of the foremost Africans inside of this country who saw the need to organize our people towards liberation and freedom. Now we got so many youth that wearing the X, Malcolm X shirts and buttons and different things. We feel they be conscious of Malcolm, really conscious of Malcolm, not just wear the X and the Malcolm, but be conscious of who Malcolm was, what he stood for, what he was struggling towards. So came to Albany to help express that.
In your personal opinion, brother Yaw, what was Malcolm struggling for?
Well, Malcolm felt that we need to be a free and independent people in our own land, Africa. He feared that Africa should be controlled by Africans. He also feared that Africans should leave this country and return back to Africa, our true homeland of our people. So Malcolm was pushing this concept of Pan-Africanism. And Malcolm was also a socialist. He stood against capitalism. He was against America. He was against the government of America. So here, you know, Malcolm is a sterling example of what we should be struggling for and what we should be struggling against. And we know that America is our enemy, as Malcolm have pointed out clearly to us in his life, and that we must follow that sterling example that Malcolm have set for us as a people. Because we see we're still struggling here in America every day, just as hard as when Malcolm was here, when, you know, than we are now at the present time, you know. So I think we learned a lot from Malcolm, and I think it's a lot more that we can learn from Malcolm. I don't know, he was the Prince of Peace, you know, what can we say about him? He was a great, great brother, and this happened to be his birthday, and this is a most beautiful occasion here to see the red, black, and green flying all over Albany State College, you know. We need to let it stay up and let it fly every day. Every day.
I've been asking the students here today, Brother Yam Boo, that they don't seem to gather what Malcolm was, what he meant, what his message. A lot of people seem to refer to him as being a segregationist or racist. Would you think that he was either one of those terms?
No, certainly not. No, Malcolm was a racist by no means. Matter of fact, Malcolm said he's a victim of racism, you know. So how can he be a victim? How can the victim, bring it forth, create it, and keep it sustained? Now Malcolm was a victim of racism. So no, Malcolm was racist by no means.
Okay.
On the question of segregation, Malcolm said, for there can be some black-white unity, there first must be some African unity among ourselves on Pan-Africanist level before we can come to sit down at the conference table to deal with other races of people. So Malcolm understood the necessity for people to organize themselves according to their culture of the race of their people. Well, we could sit down at the conference table and make some clear decisions about world history as a people. So no, Malcolm wasn't a racist by no means, and I don't know why one classified Malcolm as a racist. I don't know nothing in his history will prove that he are racist. I don't know nothing Malcolm has said that one can go against, because Malcolm spoke history. When you speak history, you speak truth. And Malcolm, I can remember Malcolm saying that everything I say in a day, I'm going to make sure it's the truth, because they standing right here waiting for me to say the wrong thing and lock me up. So everything I say, I'm going to make sure it's the gospel truth. So I remember Malcolm saying that, you understand. So I know, no, Malcolm was not a racist.
Okay. To our present-day African American leaders, what would you have to say to them as far as their understanding and the expressions of what we did in the 60s? Or the 70s, or even now, as far as the struggle is concerned, brother?
Well, we have to be careful with this word here when we say leaders, because most of the people that people call leaders that have been the television media and the racist European society who have made these people's leaders. There have been no election by African peoples in this country to make no one individual or individuals leaders. I think it's the young generation that will come to make a stand, who will not be submissive to things the older generation will become submissive or are submissive to, because they still want gradual change, and the young people, they want revolutionary change, they want quick change, they want it now, they don't want it yesterday, you understand? I don't know what, I could say to them, to pay more attention to the students, to listen to the students. We must learn that the old must learn from the new must learn from the old, and we must change ideals and look at things and move forward as a people.
Well, brother, y'all, appreciate the interview. Our time is about running out here, and the sun's going down too, so it's making it hard, right?
But it certainly feels good out here, brother.
Very much so, very much so. And thanks for coming to Albany to participate in the speak. I heard the lecture was pretty good. I didn't get to see it, but I'll get it on tape sometime or another, okay?
All right.
Much. Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you very much.
One love.
One love.
Okay.